Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong, would it be right? If I took my life tonight, chances are that I might mutilation out of sight, and I'm contemplating suicide. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine.
Alright, how are we doing today, YouTube? My name is Robbie, and this is Robbie's Reviews. Today's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be the first time I ever actually have not been only showing the tool itself and actually talking to you directly. Monday, me and Ashten Johnston, you can go subscribe to him, put his channel in the description, but we went to a Snap-on Diagnostic seminar, and if you don't know what that is, we'll talk about it here in a minute. But go ahead, if you do know what it is, talk to your dealer. See if he'll schedule you one out. You may learn something, especially if you're a shop owner. There were a lot of those there. Basically, what you do, or what we did, was the dealer supplied food for everyone who attended, and you go in there and there's a Snap-on guy, corporate employee, who is there, and his entire job is talking to, basically reinventing, improving on the diagnostic tools that they create, and doing seminars every year. He said he does about 30 of them throughout the country a year, and basically you go somewhere, you sit down for 45 minutes and you have a show, maybe 2 hours. I think by the time it was all said and done, we were there 2 hours, but 2.5 hours, something like that. But you sit down and he goes through one by one and shows you the major diagnostic tools. Like we went through, we had thermal imagers, the Snap-on Power Probe. He showed us all the scanners, told us their different purposes. We talked about the Zeus. He showed us some tests that the new tool, what the scanners can do. That would, like, even like with the Zeus, you could run a couple. There's a way on it that you can do a relative compression test and compare one cylinder to what the other ones are relative to it, and to avoid doing a compression test, stuff like that. We talked about several things, like uses for the thermal imager that you wouldn't think of. Okay, say you have a hole in a tire, and instead of submerging it in a bath, the rubber is going to be hotter than the air coming out of it. So he would just show us some pictures where you can run the thermal imager over the top of the tire itself, and you can see the hole, even if it's not enough to blow bubbles in the bath. You can see the hole in there because the air is cooler, so it's going to come up as a dark spot. So we talked about that kind of stuff. And then he showed us, like on his personal truck, he would unplug a sensor or whatever and hook up the scanner. And like for the Zeus, it's cool. I mean, you hook up the Zeus, they're basically what its intention is. So for new mechanics, it's really intended for a shop owner to buy, and that way when they're new mechanics, don't know what to do, instead of coming and talking to them every single time they have an issue or they don't know what to do from there where they're at. They plug the scanner in, it'll give them, they can look at a list of common problems, and or if it takes a code and then it throws common things, how to test that. It'll give you a list of how to test it, and it'll also give you a list of common fixes for that code, stuff like that. That way you save your shop owners some time, you save your foremen some time. They don't have to sit and explain to the new guys all the time. They just look at this scan tool and it'll tell them where to start. So for you shop owners, other than that, I mean, if you don't own a shop, and aren't an active technician, and you aren't looking, and you just want to look at the tools, just talk to your dealer about them. But if you want to go in depth with every tool that is in diagnostic use, go ahead and see if you can attend one of these. They give you a ton of information. The guy went super in depth on what everything does. He gives recommendations on what you should buy if you're starting out as a tech, what scan tool you would need versus from them, if you were buying one from them, what scan tool you would need versus if you own the shop or you've been doing it as you're a foreman or you've been doing it for just years. So he did stuff like that. But basically it's quick tips to speed yourself up. That's basically what the seminar was all about. But if you attend and your dealer's like our dealer is, we got some brisket and all kinds of stuff when we went in to eat. Overall, it was pretty interesting. We learned a lot. And if you're curious about, if you're interested in buying a Zeus but you want to make sure you know everything about it before you purchase it, talk to your dealer. Tell them that you were curious, or ask him if there's going to be a seminar anytime soon, or if he could set one up for you. I mean, if you're willing to buy a Zeus off his truck, I'm pretty positive he'd be willing to set up a seminar. I mean, the Zeus is like $15,000 or $16,000. I mean, I don't see why that would be a problem for him to set up a seminar, or see if there's one close by that you could attend. Other than that, I didn't really have anything to talk about today. I just hadn't posted in a while, and I figured that I needed to, just tell you about what I did this week. So, thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation.